Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I will go over some scripture and personal wellness. The idea is to read one chapter from the English Standard Version 2016 Bible every day and review all 7 chapters on Sunday. Each compiled review will contain a key verse and an applicable takeaway. There is a template with this video that I encourage you all to try. When we get to personal wellness, we focus on 8 perspectives: mental, physical, spiritual, environmental, emotional, occupational, financial, and social. The idea here is to focus on a commitment to continuous improvement. There will be references to the previous weeks, but most of the focus will be for the following week. Throughout the week, I post daily reels. While some Mondays contain health and fitness, Tinker Tuesdays contain tasks and projects, Whip Wednesdays contain cars and car accessories, Tummy Thursdays contain food and diet, Family Fridays contain family activities and highlights, and Spa Saturdays contain hygiene and beauty. The goal for this content is to provide useful information that is concise and engaging. You can even listen in as you get ready for the day or before bed. Please comment any ideas you have. We are in 1 Samuel chapters 24 through 30. There are 170 verses. Starting with chapter 24, there were 22 verses, and one heading, David spares Saul's life. Key verse 10, and some told me to kill you, but I spared you. I said, I will not put out my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. The takeaway, God chooses leaders. Moving on to chapter 25, there were 44 verses and 2 headings, the death of Samuel and David and Abigail. The key verse, 34, for as surely as the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, who has restrained me from hurting you? The takeaway, God guides with mercy. Moving on to chapter 26, there were 25 verses and 1 heading, David spares Saul again. The key verse, 23, the Lord rewards every man for his righteousness and his faithfulness. The takeaway, be consistently committed to following God's command. Moving on to chapter 27, there were 12 verses and 1 heading, David flees to the Philistines. The key verse, 4, and when it was told Saul that David had fled to Gath, he no longer sought him. The takeaway, follow God's direction for settlement. Moving on to chapter 28, there were 25 verses and 1 heading, Saul and the medium of Endor. The key verse, 6, when Saul inquired of the Lord did not answer him. The takeaway, avoid division from God and submit 100% to his instructions. Moving on to chapter 29, there were 11 verses and 1 heading, the Philistines reject David. The key verse, 4, he shall not go down with us to battle, lest in the battle he become an adversary to us. The takeaway, God's people are very powerful. Moving on to chapter 30, there are 31 verses and 2 headings, David's wives are captured and David defeats the Amalekites. The key verse, 8, David inquired of the Lord, shall I pursue after this band? The takeaway, first, always seek the Lord for direction. Moving on to personal wellness, starting with mental, after planning to sleep more, I will work on waking up earlier, which also means that I should go to bed earlier. Moving on to physical, after planning to track weight, food, and performance, I will work on tracking the metrics. Spiritual, after planning to gather supplies, I'll work on gathering the supplies. Environmental, after starting packing, I will work on labeling. Emotional, after planning to print out memories, I will look into digital options. Occupational, after starting new tasks, I will work on blocking out time to avoid distractions. Financial, after budgeting more home supplies, I'll work on cleaning and packing. Social, after organizing notes from conversations, I will plant some seeds. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my perspective on scripture and personal wellness. If you enjoyed the content, then I encourage you to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and comment on what you liked, didn't like, and want to see more of. I look forward to making this content and want it to be as helpful as possible. Keep a lookout for the daily reels. I hope you have a great week. I love you all. Peace.